Hi everybody, this video is about loose leash walking. As you can see, I made the L's and the W different. Just so you know, sometimes I just like to refer to it as LLW. That is the short form. If I ever talk to you about LLW, that is loose leash walking. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is what we sometimes refer to as the batter box. So this is my very fancy stick person, and that's their batter's box. And what that means is the dog is going to stay in your in the imaginary box off to the one side. It could be on your left, or it could be the imaginary box on your right. Something that helps them stay in the batter box zone is, as you can see, I have a knot on my leash. It is approximately around a 12 to 16 inch range away from where it is attached to her collar. And I'm going to have my hand on this knot. The goal is that there will be slack on it when we are walking, and this keeps it so that my dog is not wandering out of the batter box zone because I'm holding on to this knot. Something we're going to shortly look at outside in a separate video, ways to keep loose leash walking interesting for your dog. Zigzags, turnabouts, a sharp turn right or left. Sometimes if you're walking in a straight line for a while, the dog you're working tends to sort of zone out, get distracted. Things like zigzags, turnabouts, sharp turns right or left will help keep them engaged. And then another thing I'm going to show you is called red light, green light. I've heard it called that as one name. I'm sure there are others. If the dog is walking with you and they get ahead and there's tension on the leash, you stop walking. And when I'm talking about the leash tension, it'll be that you are holding on to this knot. So the tension comes from a short distance. It's not going to come from the whole length of your leash, but from your hand on the knot. And then once you have stopped walking because there's tension, you will wait for the dog to yield to that leash collar pressure. And so that usually looks like a step backwards. When they do that, you will mark yes and start walking again. Movement is your reinforcer. So the reward is that you've gotten rid of the tension on the leash, we can start walking again. And sometimes walking faster can also be a reinforcer. If you have a dog who likes to walk at a faster tempo, if the leash is loose, then they get to walk faster. If it tightens, then you slow down again. And sometimes if you have a dog that is overstimulated or in a very distracting environment, you might want to walk slower because it's easier for them to take in the environment, process everything, and also give you less tension on the leash. And I feel like that's all I'm going to say about that inside, and Rainbow and I will go for a walk outside on the road and show you what I'm talking about.